Hey everybody, thank you for joining our Wellness Wednesday Zoom call. My name's Angel Falk. I'm the fitness angel, and I am here just to inspire and hopefully bring you some encouragement and some education. Every week we do these calls, so make sure to keep tuning in, put it on your calendar. And I'm really, really excited today because I am going to be interviewing one of my dear good friends. Even though we've not known each other that long, I feel like we've become great friends recently. And Barbara Sipes is a holistic nutritionist. So every time we talk, I get a little bit more, and I just love learning from her. And she has such a heart of gold to share with people. So I'm excited to have her here. And just to let y'all know, we actually met on Facebook. It does happen. Facebook is a great place to make friends. And some of you have met on Facebook. So it's a great way to make friends. And we started because of our mutual love for fitness. We both love exercise and working out, and she's an instructor, I'm an instructor. That's kind of what got us started. And then she started asking me questions about Juice Plus, and then I found out she was a holistic nutritionist, so we had a lot in common as far as our health journey as well. And make sure you mute yourself out if you're just popping in. So I just thought I would have Barbara on here to just offer some of this knowledge and wisdom and let you hear from somebody other than me every week, right? That can get boring. So let me just start. Tell us, Barbara, why you became a holistic nutritionist, because there's a lot of, different areas of health and fitness that you could have gone into, but why did you choose that?
Okay. Well, I've had, a natural passion for health for a long time. I was always really active and tried to think about what I ate, but Lord, I didn't know anything back then like I know now. But anyway, I had in my family, several family members with cancer, Alzheimer's, my mother and my aunt scleroderma. So thinking about all those things, it really bothered me, and I wanted to know, how to prevent those types of things, how to help them. And then in 2005, I actually got to witness holistic healing in person, and I was so fascinated. I have two sons, and they race motocross and supercross, and they did. And one's still racing motorcycles, one's driving monster trucks. But anyway, in 2005, my oldest son was in an accident and had severe internal injuries. And we were in the hospital for, about a week. And then we had heard about from other riders this holistic chiropractor in South Carolina. And his wife was a doctor of naturopathy and a nutritionist. So when we got out of the hospital, we loaded up and we went down there. And I just learned so much while I was there. And I learned from her, about the foods and things. And Dr. Metzger did different, holistic therapies with him. And his recovery was just amazing. I mean, he was back racing within 2 weeks, which no one would have ever thought he would have been able to. And I'm not even sure it was smart, but that's what happened, because he had to get back to work. So that really inspired me that, I want to know all this stuff. I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to help my family or whoever. So that's why I decided to go to school and learn more. Of course, I had done self-study for years, and I continue with that still. But anyway, so I have graduated, and now I'm studying to take the board exam to be a nationally board certified holistic nutritionist. And, that's my next goal. So, but that's why.
That is so awesome. I don't think I knew that. I knew about your family, having some history of disease, chronic disease, but I didn't know that about your son. So that's really good to hear.
Yeah.
That they're still going strong.
We've had lots of injuries, so I began to learn how to deal with those and help them myself. So that was cool. And,
right.
We're still doing some racing stuff. So that still happens from time to time. But that was one of the worst things that had happened to him. But.
Yeah. So you learn when you have an illness or an accident, there's other, different ways to get better than just medicine, just treating
Right.
medicine, finding the, what the disease is, and then treating it with a medication. Because we know all medications have side effects. if you take something, there's a consequence.
Right.
It's not just pop a pill and get a shot. So
Yes.
doing it naturally is always, I believe, the best way too. Well, tell us, when you started messaging me about Juice Plus, and then you decided to add Juice Plus to your diet and get all your grandchildren on it, your family on it, and then you thought it would be great to start sharing with some of your clients that you're helping with their nutrition. Why did you choose Juice Plus?
Well, there were several reasons. It kind of ticked off a lot of boxes for me. One of the biggest hurdles some people have is eating a plant-rich diet. Either they don't like a lot of different things, they don't have time, and that's always one of the things. Well, I can't do this, or it's too expensive, or so many things. And of course, eating a plant-rich diet is the main thing. You want to eat the whole foods. But when I saw this, and I tell you what really sold me on it, of course, finding out how it was made and all those types of things, but was the research. Because if it wasn't backed by the research, if it wasn't published in those reputable journals, and those are journals that I had to do research in when I was in school, on different topics and stuff. So if it hadn't been for that, I probably would have passed it by, even though the concept was great. I wanted proof that it was really what it was, and that it would really offer some benefit. And that's the only way I would share it with anyone. So it definitely does all of that, the plant-rich foods and the antioxidants, which we have to have. It's the first line of defense in building I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, I should have put that on Do Not Disturb. But, it's our first line of defense, and helping build our immune system. And so that's important. The omega-3s are essential for your brain health, your eye health, ADHD, so many different things that can, fighting inflammation, so many things. So, that was involved, and it's algae, and I'm a vegan, so that made me very happy. And all the products are vegan. And then what I love even as much is that, it's promoting a healthy lifestyle, exercise, providing exercise videos for people, and promoting the sleep, which, all the things that we need to have, and we fight to be able to do, have, the best health we can have. So I just feel like, and then I love all the people, I love, I feel like I'm surrounded by these wonderful Christians, they love Jesus like I do. And it's just it's just been a blessing to be a part of this family. So
I love hearing that. Thank you. I love, love, love that. Well, we were talking about something interesting, and I wanted to make sure everyone else hears it. And Allison and I have talked about it some, because we were talking about, because you started, Allison, when you were expecting your baby, and you saw some other moms gain a ton of weight and they weren't able to lose it. So we were talking about how after you had Lila, the weight just fell off. Like it wasn't hard for you to lose that weight. And we were talking about how you'd been taking Juice Plus the whole time and doing our shred, which is our detox that we do in our group. And you were saying how the toxins like to hide in fat pockets, and when you get rid of toxins, you lose the fat. But tell us, Barbara, kind of the details of why the toxins hide in the fat. How does that all work? Because I think the more knowledge we have, the more we understand it, the better we do.
Okay.
It's kind of like a child. You can tell them to do something and they'll do it. But when they turn to a teenager, you got to explain why it's going to help them. So tell us why, like Juice Plus helps us detox, and why those toxins get out of our fat.
Okay, well, just basically, toxins can be water soluble or fat soluble. So when the water soluble ones we process much more simply and usually pee them out, or, poop them out, and you eliminate them that way. But fat soluble toxins don't dissolve in water. So what happens is, as a defense mechanism, they get encapsulated and trapped in the fat in your body. And until you can find a way to detox that out. So it can be in anywhere on your body, but it's really, really dangerous when it gets in the visceral fat, like that stomach fat that involves all your organs. So doing the shred, which is something else, which is awesome, you help your body to release those things the way it should, so that you can get rid of them. Otherwise, you just hold on to them and hold on to them and hold on to them, and they end up causing an issue. And it's things like heavy metals and mercury and some of the pesticides and the different things like that are really hard to eliminate.
Right, right. And for those that don't know what the shred is, it's our 10-day detox we do every month. And when you add the Juice Plus and the complete powder, it gives you those nutrients your body needs so you have energy. Because a lot of detoxes I know people do, and they just feel drained because they're not getting the right nutrients. So I know you just did the shred for the first time, Barbara. Tell us what your thoughts are. Like, what do you think are the most positive parts or your favorite parts?
Well, I did have more energy, but I just felt so clean. I just felt, I don't know, positive. I don't know, it was a good thing. It felt really good. My body felt good, and I enjoyed it tremendously.
That's
So
awesome.
I didn't have any negative effects. I know some people, if you've never ever done anything like that, may have some side effects in the beginning, but yeah, I thought it was great.
Good, good. And what about I was going to ask you something else. It slipped my mind. Oh, adding, like, you're a vegan already. So
Yeah.
what do you think, why would a vegan want to add Juice Plus if you're already living a lifestyle? Because I get that question a lot. How would you answer that?
Well, because it is nearly impossible in this day and time to consume as much as you really need for optimal health. You can eat a little bit of vegetables every day, whatever, and it's good for you. But to get the amount necessary, and in school, we had to create meal plans and meals. And then we had to break down every ingredient in that meal and log out all the nutrients,
Wow.
every vitamin, every nutrient possible. And then in doing that, and I would just say, your B vitamins are the vitamins that help you create ATP, which is your energy, feed your mitochondria. So in these meal plans, I would make these great meals, and I think, oh, this is just the best. And they were good meals, but the B vitamins were always very low. Like, even eating well, you have to eat a whole lot to get as much as you need. And of course, B vitamins come from animal sources too, but there are percentages in plant foods as well. But as a vegan, I know I'm not getting enough of that. So I do supplement with a B complex too for that.
Okay.
But I just think, there are days that you can eat really, really good and get a bunch, but it's really hard to meet the threshold for what you need. So I feel like this is insurance that I get what I need, through diet and through whole foods, because this is a food supplement. It is a whole food product, not a supplement.
Right.
And, so I just feel really positive about that. And then it helps those that really struggle a lot more than I do, that on their best day might eat one vegetable or one fruit to supplement what they need for their body.
Yeah, I talk to a lot of people. They eat plant foods and they juice, which is great, but it's usually the same, maybe 5 or 6 over and over. And for what I found with Juice Plus is you're getting that variety.
Yes,
You're getting
absolutely.
it consistently every day. So if you don't eat beets and artichoke and elderberries and bilberries, those types of foods, which are wonderful, and you might get them every now and then, but just to get that consistency every day, I think that is why our research is so amazing, because we know it does great things for the body. When you're
Yes.
getting all of that every day, day after day after day, it's going to help your immune system, reduce inflammation, so many other wonderful things. So I'm excited that you're recommending that to your clients. Start to say patients, so I guess clients. I see Dr. Odom popped in here. Hello, Dr. Odom.
Hey, how you, Angel?
Good. I'm glad you popped in. Yeah, Barbara.
I'm sorry it's late.
Yeah, Barbara was just telling us as a holistic nutritionist why she loves Juice Plus, and I wanted to open it up. Does anybody have a question for Barbara or me or Dr. Odom? One of us can definitely answer. I see Trina's here with Brandy. Hey, girls. So raise your hand if you did the shred this last month. We're on day 10 now. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. And it's Paul's first time. Very good. Do you have any questions for us, Paul? He's only been on Juice Plus for about a week. He ordered Juice Plus right after we got started. No questions right now? Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, tell us, Barbara, what if you had three, and I didn't even tell you I was going to ask
You
this.
didn't
So
tell me.
if you had three tips that you learned in school, because I know this is still kind of fresh on your brain, which is so awesome now that you get to talk about it. What are three tips that you would give to just the
Okay.
average Joe on the street?
Okay, well, that to realize that what you put in your mouth while you eat has a dramatic effect on your body, either positively or negatively.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be aware of that, and just the things that we, that talked about. Sleep is so important because your body rejuvenates in that time, and it's really good to get 10 to 2 is a really special spot for that process. So if you can get sleep, early and sleep during those times, that is great. And then of course, exercise. So many people don't move, and thinking about you have a lymph system that doesn't have any massaging action. Nothing causes it to move. So movement, rebounding and any kind of exercise helps clear your lymph system, which helps in the detox as well. So it's very, very important to get those three things.
That is great. So every time you eat, think, is this going to help me or hurt me?
Exactly.
Is this going to help my body heal, or is this going to set me back? That is really good, because the shred, if y'all don't know about the shred, we focus on getting those healthy habits, eating those foods that promote healing. I love that. And then sleep. I've heard that too. We try to get with the circadian rhythm. So when the sun comes up, you're getting up. You're getting that exercise, you're moving, and then when the sun starts going down, you're going down. And now I know there's exceptions. I'm looking at Trina over there. She is a night shift nurse. So we thank God for you. There's got to be people who do that. So you have to make it work for your body and your system. But also, you said the eating, the sleeping, and the movement. Y'all know I'm all about exercise.
There's one more thing too.
Yeah.
The intermittent fasting is so important, so your body can do autophagy, which is where it consumes anything that doesn't need to be there. But as long as there's food in your belly, it has to do that first. Digestion comes first. So you want to have those 3 hours before bedtime, and you want to have at least 12 hours, 16 being the sweet spot of time between meals.
That's so important. I didn't know anything about intermittent fasting until I started all of this about, I guess, a little over 3 years ago. But it's really helped me. And a lot of people freak out when you say fast. They think, oh no, it's so hard. But if you start with a short one, like 12 hours, and if you're sleeping 8 hours, that kind of takes care of the bulk of it, right? But if you do that, it slows the digestion down, right? That's what we want to stop, because our body's always working to digest. And then, like you said, that autophagy. Touch on that a little bit more if you can.
Well, it's just, it's what I was taught. It's just like, your body eats itself. So it eats whatever doesn't need to be there. It destroys whatever doesn't need to be there. It goes to work, whether it be, a pathogen, a toxin, whatever. It works to eliminate those things and protect.
Would that be like free radicals? Or is that something different?
Yeah, I think so too. Dr. Odom.
What do you say about that, Dr.
That's
Odom?
oxidation. No, that's the oxidation that goes on in your body, but it is a very life-preserving process in your body. Our body is designed to be healthy, has all kinds of these wonderful mechanisms, but if we don't give it what it needs, those things stop working or they're not as efficient, and that's where problems come into play.
Right. Because I know I've read about intermittent fasting, and back in the olden days, they would say starve disease, starve cancer, don't feed it, stop the eating. And I think that's part of this. So Dr. Odom, do you want to give us a little bit of your expertise while we got you on here about the free radicals? Because when I take my Juice Plus, guys, I feel like I have a little Pac-Man, and he's eating away all those free radicals.
Sure, but let me first say thank you for having me, and thank you, Barbara. That was excellent. I get just part of it. I know you're recording it. I can't wait to hear the whole thing. I'm really sorry. I had an issue and I just could not get on.
It's okay.
But autophagy literally is where your aging cells aren't nearly as effective. And so when you're sleeping, when you're not eating, when you're not worrying about digestion, your body has more effective autophagy. And there are a lot of cells that turn over. All of your cells turn over within a year. So they mature, they get really old, and they're just not as effective when they're really old. So the idea of autophagy is to get rid of those that aren't nearly as effective, and then let stem cells bring us new, vibrant, younger cells, brand new cells. And not eating is one of the key things to make autophagy work for us. So intermittent fasting, it doesn't mean just not eating. It means eat really wise and eat in a small feeding window, 6 to 8 hours. And if you can shorten that window, that's just more energy. But there are so many things that happen when we're not eating that are so good for us. And the primary thing, the most important of all the things in my are that we're producing more and more and more of these stem cells that literally keep your body younger, keep it more efficient, more active, and youthful. So don't we all want that? It looks like that you haven't eaten in 3 years, because my gracious, look how good everybody on this call looks.
That's right. We're fasting. That is awesome. That's so
and for
good.
those that haven't done intermittent fasting, once you get in the habit of doing that, it becomes very easy. I think, because you get used to eating at a certain time and your body adapts to that. So it's not as hard as it seems.
Right.
But you need to do it, at least 3 or 4 times a week, if not every day. But
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 final thoughts. Is we put way too much emphasis on the intake of food. It is too important. It is important, but it's not nearly as important as we make it feel or make it seem. And I know so many people that go from one meal to the next one. They're thinking about what for supper while they're eating lunch, for example. So we overthink eating. We do need to eat, but it shouldn't consume us. The other is we don't need, there are so many of these micronutrients that we call phytonutrients, plant compounds, that are beneficial because they do donate electrons, and that's another oxidative stress, free radicals, and what antioxidants can do to keep us healthy and youthful. But we don't need a lot of any one thing. But we need we need a little bit of virtually everything. And so Juice Plus doesn't provide us everything, but it certainly provides us the building blocks that literally help us to stay healthy. So some of you heard me, one of the best definitions of overall optimal health is an abundance, excess of these micronutrients, these phytochemicals that are so beneficial that come from plants. And so if we're eating everything that Juice Plus provides, we're getting every day, we're getting over 50 options of things that, as you said, we're not going to be eating beets every day unless your last name is Odom. So we love them. But Juice Plus is a safety net. So you don't need a lot, but you need a little bit of a lot of different things.
Right. Very good. All right. How about anybody else got a question now? Sometimes the more you listen, the more the questions start stirring. All right. Well,
I have one question.
Oh, yes.
Just thinking about the intermittent fasting and taking our Juice Plus, does taking Juice Plus break our fast? Or do you take it before you would eat something, or when you break your fast, do you take Juice Plus?
Who wants to answer that?
Well, I'll let Dr. Odom take it. He's the expert on Juice Plus.
I'm just going to sit in the background. I'd love for y'all to answer. The answer is yes and no. The answer is if you're consuming, that's a great question, Allison. And I love seeing Lila there. How she's grown. If you're digesting food, you've broken the fast. If you consider that our powders in the capsule are already what we call pre-digested. So it's almost minimal effort to swallow the capsules, mix it with water. It's almost, I won't say directly, but very quickly, it's put in your bloodstream, your circulation, going all over the body in the places where it's needed. So because there's only 2.5 calories per capsule, you're really working minimally to break all that down and get it in that position that can be absorbed, digested, and then utilized. So it's minimal broken the fast. And I remember telling Maria years and years and years ago that if you swallow your Juice Plus powders, fruit, vegetable, berry, and at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you don't eat your first meal of the day until 11, you can add 4 more hours to your fast because you're minimally affecting your body's function of having to digest food down so that then you can absorb it and use it. So in a pure sense, you've broken the fast by even swallowing the capsules, but minimally.
But since they all require, suggest you take it with a meal, just take them with your meals in your eating window and you don't have to worry about anything.
That's a great point, Barb. That's exactly it. Just wait until 11 o'clock, for example, to take them, consume them all.
Oh, he got stuck again.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say I do that, Barbara. Usually my routine is I like to get up and work out on a fasted stomach because you're burning more fat that way. And then I make sure I get my smoothie in. I drink we use our vegan, non-GMO, perfect
Exactly
smoothie.
what I do, Angel.
Yeah, and I take my capsules with my water. It's just an easy routine, and that's what I like to suggest to anybody who's starting Juice Plus. Have it out where you see it and have your routine. You need
so
to
pretty.
exercise and move. Yes, it's very pretty. Very, very pretty. That's a great question, Allison. And people have asked me before. And so, yeah, I wasn't sure which. Say it's okay, just go ahead and take it. I usually say what I do. But it's good to know. Does anybody else have a question? Yes, Beth?
Okay, during the window that you're eating, the time that you're eating, is it best to just have 2 meals with time in between, or can you snack during the day while you're eating? And during that window time.
Right.
Basically, you could have healthy snacks as long as it's within that window. Yes.
And I love the shred guide.
You don't want to gorge either. Like
list.
Huh?
What'd you say? I was just
you don't want to I'm not going to be able to eat for 12 hours and just eat as much as you can. You want to just eat healthy, regular meals and am I right, Dr. Odom?
I think you're perfectly correct there, Bob.
Snacks aren't going to hurt you.
Nope. As you said, healthy snacks, yeah.
Yeah, I did say healthy snacks.
Right.
I love something else that you said, Barb, and you say it all the time, Angel. Your body loves structure. Your body loves for you to go to bed at 10 o'clock every night. Turn the TV off at 8:30. So you've got you don't have all those gadgets, your telephone, your iPad, your TV, all that stuff. Your body loves for you to get up at 6 o'clock or whatever your time is, but go to bed at this time, get up at this time, eat at this time, and try to do that consistently as you can. And all of that to say, if you're consuming Juice Plus, try to do it on a pattern or a schedule that we can develop into what we finally call a habit. and then it's just pretty much automatic. It's automatic. It's automatic. So, but your body loves that. It loves that circadian rhythm. The body loves. I mean, yeah, your body, your cells love the way that we used to live way before we had electricity, way before television, way before all the things. And when the sun went down, it was shortly after that you'd blow the candles out and you'd go to sleep. And when the roosters are crowing and the sun's up, you'd get up, you'd go to work. And boy, we've gotten away from all that with shift work, all the different things. Yeah.
And I've got a tip. What I do, you know, sometimes you might have to rush out and you haven't had a chance to eat, or, you know, how life is. I keep a container with a daily serving at all time of what I want to take, so that if I have to leave before I get an opportunity to have breakfast or whatever, I just grab that and take it with me, and I don't have to try to remember when I get back or whatever. So that's, you know, it's easy to have a little one serving ready to roll anytime.
That's a great idea. Car snacks. I like our complete bars for those emergency snacks. Keep one in your purse. Keep an apple. Like you said, always have something.
So I'm talking about these.
Oh, a serving of your Juice Plus.
Yeah, I keep.
That's a great idea. Yeah, and we also have these little pocket packs.
Yeah.
So if you like having little gummies for snacks, these are awesome. I love them, love them, love them. And I know we're going a little bit over, but does anybody else have a question? All right, I think we're good. Well, Beth, one more thing. I don't know if you heard me say, the Shred Guide has a list of snacks, healthy snacks. Like I keep hummus, and I love carrots and cucumbers, little tomatoes. You know, it's okay to have those snacks. But when we do shred, it's typically 2 smoothies and 1 meal. And then if you need a little snack, you grab your little healthy snack. But I'm excited. I think next week's call is going to be about the shred. I feel like we need that. So make sure you invite your friends who need to learn more about the shred, who are curious. If you have customers or family members, invite them. We'll do this again. And don't forget, we have our Healthy Starts, Add More Good campaign. So if anybody orders Juice Plus, they get a child-free fruits and veggies and a bag of complete chocolate or vanilla, and that's 15 servings. So we would love to help you and help your family and friends get healthier. Let us know, whoever.
One more thing. I just want to encourage everyone, don't just do intermittent fasting during shred. Do it
all the time.
Yes. Even
it becomes a lifestyle.
Every day, it becomes a lifestyle. Yes. Not that you can't break it one day. If you're out and you want to eat breakfast with someone and your fast isn't over, do that. But as a general rule, try to incorporate that as often as you can, not just during shred time.
Yeah, that's a great
tip. Rolling and staying clean and rocking and rolling.
Yes, and I think that's the point of the shred. It's not just do it 10 days and go back. You want this to become a lifestyle. And like you said, there's going to be birthdays and celebrations, and we want you to live life. We don't want to feel like we're depriving ourselves, but we're giving ourselves a gift of health. And then when you're out celebrating and doing those things, it's okay. But it really does become like the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time you're living this way, and then 20% you might, go out with the girls late at night or something, have a little dinner, and that's okay. So I'm excited that we have so many great health professionals helping us, and I appreciate you both, Barbara and Dr. Odom, and appreciate all you for hopping on. And let us know if there's anything we can do. We always say, we want you to leave with one of 3 things. 1, get the Healthy Starts, the Healthy Living Revolution. It's a free website with webinars to learn more, recipes, exercises to do at home. Let us know if you want that. 2, if you haven't started Juice Plus yet, get started and get a child free fruits and veggies and complete. Or then 3, we're always looking for those who are like-minded and want to share this. If you want to join our mission, we would love to help you with that too. So let us know how you're doing and what we can do to help you. Oh, and let me get my picture. I know I've lost a few people because I went over. So smile, Lila. All right, guys, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Dr. Odom.
Great job, Barbara. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.